Hey, my name is PolishLynx and welcome to some more pairs. Ow, I'm sitting in such an uncomfortable position. But whatever, the shop is already closed when I arrive. And I think... whatever. Oh, early again. His lips twist upwards in a slight smile. And look at that, no news report this time. I cross my arms. I made a promise, didn't I? I haven't even said so much as a single fire. So we haven't. He trails off thoughtfully, rubbing his neck. I peer at him carefully. Do you want to sit down? We have a few more minutes until the sun sets. I can't read him. He seems strangely disingenuine, and I don't like it. Usually he's more straightforward, but ever since he gave me the phone number, James has been acting bizarre. Not just that, but he asked me to wear something special, and he himself is dressed strangely, and he smells different. Not bad, just different. I pull out a chair as he pulls out his own, sitting across from me. I noticed that you figured out texting. Nice. It's hard to find back this little grin, but I put my hand on my hip triumphantly, thrusting up my chin. The little pictures you can send with the words are truly excellent. Very retro. James blinks in a surprise. Retro, huh? He looks me over tentatively as I take my seat. No gifts this time? He's right, I didn't bring one. You're easily annoyed after all. You think you're deserving of one? This one, I think. I lean my elbows on the table, glaring away huffily. If I did, you'd just make a fuss again. Honestly, humans are so high maintenance. His eyes wide. He stares at me unblinkingly, seemingly stunned into the silence. What? Does the truth shock you? I've never thought of myself as high maintenance before. Come again? Picky eaters, inexperienced, backwards, never seen more than meteor shower? I felt like it's the best thing since when, actually? I'm sorry, what? I said you all act like meteor showers are the best thing since... He tilts his head. Okay, maybe I'm missing something, but you just made an unintelligible noise. I don't even know how your mouth managed... Let's not comment on this text. He looks sincere, but I can't help but flick my ears in frustration. While Mel's translating is nearly perfect, he doesn't get everything. I pursed my lips thoughtfully. I've always known that some Lion phrases couldn't quite be translated, but who knew that there isn't a word for something in your language? How cool? Another strike against you! Only one set of vocal cords, so there isn't a human across the planet that could even speak Nyan adeptly. Honestly, don't know why I stick around. I fall silent. If I let these human frustrations get the better of me, nothing good could come of it. At best, James would end up disliking me, and at worst, I try not to frown. I honestly couldn't think of anything worse than that. In my silence, James speaks, seeming to sense my dark mood. Who knew you could be perspective. It doesn't really suit you. I think that you who kicks down doors and tries her best to be ornery is the best you there is. I think there was a compliment in there. Well, you could concentrate on the kicking down the doors bit. Lots of nice leg action there. I blink at him. Do you take notice of my legs then? What? My legs, you said that the focal point of the complaint was about my legs, but I didn't understand, hence asking you directly, what do you think of them? I stand, looking down at him. He blinks at me wide-eyed. Oh, well, His eyes flit down for the briefest moments before returning to meeting my eyes. They're... How can you assess so quickly? That was hardly even a glance. Look at my legs. James lowers his gaze slowly, then looks away altogether. Your legs are... they are... He meets my eyes. When he finally speaks, his voice is strangled with something I can't quite interpret. Can you please just sit down? Inwardly, I will, as I take a seat. Maybe. I pursued. Now that I think about it, I feel like I've seen that scene before. Was there some kind of beta for this game? Because I literally just think I remember that scene. Anyway, inwardly, I will a little as I take my seat. Maybe I persuade the complaint to wholeheartedly, but I wasn't trying to irritate him. Slightly deflated, I lean forward in the chair, shifting myself closer as I cup my face in my hands. What did you bring me here for? I told you it was super. He tries off at the sight of my impatient expression. Okay, fine. Since you don't know the meaning of patience, which I admittedly already knew, I was trying to arrange some time together. Just the two of us. I'm raising my myself, so I'm not really bursting with extra money, but I thought you'd like it if we could just spend time together stargazing. Since you got here early, the sun is still setting. We can't exactly stargaze with the sun in the sky. Technically, considering that the sun is a star, you can actually stargaze even during the night. Even during the day, sorry. Right? Am I right? Of course I am. I blink in the face of his confession. He invited me here to spend time together. With me. I buck, then open my mouth to speak when his communicator, resting on the table, lights up. He glances at the screen, then quickly senses it, slipping it into the pocket and muttering under his breath. Not now, May. He looks at me apologetically. I told her I wasn't late. I told her I was busy, but you know. Date? I tuck away the curious new word. I could ask Mel later. Then it dawns on me. May? His sister, May? I tilt my head curiously. You told her that you had plans? With me? He blinks rapidly, his eyelids fluttering. Well, not exactly. I just mentioned I was going out with someone. Oh. I try not to feel down and smile cheerily in an attempt to brighten the mood. Will I ever get to meet her? James looks somewhat nervous. Maybe one day. I press him. Tomorrow, next week, 3 weeks from now. I don't think that's such a good idea. I sit up, annoyed. But I have done all that you've asked of me. How can you still think I'm a danger to you? I stand, slapping my hands on the table. I'm not. What? I already know you aren't. And you, what? James leans back in his chair, dragging a hand down his face. I already know you wouldn't hurt her. I'm not trying to protect her from you. It's the other way around. The words. I comprehend each individual word that he's saying, but at the same time it feels like... It feels like I don't understand at all. What danger could be so great that protection from a human of all things would be necessary? I speak slowly.
Your sister. Does she wish great harm against Nayas? Does she also hate us as many humans do?
James knows the expression on my face and leans forward. No, it's nothing late, Oh boy. He reaches into a small bag hung on the back of his chair and pulls something out, a slim sheet of metal that lights up when touched. It reminds me of a clunky manual version of man. James hesitates for a second, touches the metal sheet with light, taps for a few moments, then hands it to me. I look at the screen, but it looks like completely gibberish to me.
Oh, wait!
I run my wrist over the screen so that Mel can translate the words, murmuring them in an undertone as I read. Team E fanblock established June 20th, following Team E wholeheartedly until we debut. I scan down the site. It's full of various pictures of a group of heroes I've never seen before, engaging border skirmishes on the atmospheric edges of Lion bases. I look at him, surprised. He avoids my eyes. This is the kind of stuff my sister is into. She's, what does she call it? He thinks for a long time, for a long moment, then gives up. I admit, I don't remember the name of it, but she runs some kind of fan site for pre-debut heroes, like a hero groupie.
And why does this concern us?
It's not exactly a cause for concern, just embarrassing, and maybe a little weird. I mean, I'm not exactly rooting for Diana Roll either, but I don't know. I have a feeling that if she found out, May would freak. She'd probably report you to the WPP or something. I don't really know how I'd break it to her that I'm dating her to Earth's greatest threat. I guess I'm just hoping that it somehow doesn't bother you. James lets out an uneasy laugh. Stupid, right? I mean, of course he wouldn't care about something like this. His eyes search my face for something. My reaction, my approval? Is disconcerting. James never sought my opinion for, well, anything. I think carefully before replying. Look down to say the wrong thing.
I get it. She might not be too happy that I'm the face of the soldiers fighting her precious heroes.
I muttered under breath.
But thanks to a certain someone, it's not like I've been doing much of anything at all lately. Look!
I gestured to my hip.
No weapons!
Congrats. And not doing much. I'm that boring, huh? Boring? He keeps me on my toes, if anything. I've done diplomatic runs before and encountered many species, but I have never met anything quite like this human. I lean on my elbows, looking at him carefully. He doesn't say anything as my eyes roam his features. Humans with their strange features and skins and backward splintered societies, at least neutrals, were normal here. I could only wish that Naya society were this progressive in that very direction. As my eyes linger on his slightly speckled skin, the strange plastic frame over his eyes, the straight hairs frame. Wait, did you just call glasses a strange plastic frame? The straight hairs framing his face. He doesn't speak, not quite understanding why I'm looking so intently, but unsure if he should say something. When my eyes meet his for a second, he leans forward so suddenly that I jerk back in surprise.
What is it?
He looks bemused. I just thought I'd break the monotony. You can't spend all of your time checking me out.
Is it strange to look?
That's it. The next time I'm dating someone and I'm going on a date, I'm going to use that phrase when I'm going to check someone out.
I thought we already established that I'm...
I already forgotten the term he used. Not friends, the other one. Claimed. I look at him surprised. Girlfriend is the human term I was looking for, but... What?
You sound like a Nyan solo.
He wraps his neck. I guess you're rubbing off on me. Glancing out the window, he seems surprised. So, is it that time already? I glance at the shop's front. He's right, it's pitch black outside. Should we get going then? The stars aren't going to wash themselves, you know. Take his hands, or ignore it. Okay. So, normally I would say she should take his hand, but considering that I was supposed to play a super important princess, which basically would, considering doing something like that as, you know, an offensive thing to do, I have a problem right now. And I'm going to solve this problem in a cheatsy way. Not Paris, Pairs, Steam. Wow, my internet is so slow today. It's over here. Alright. Give me your help. Wait, I really am supposed to play like the most important princess and such. Can't say I'm happy about that. Hopefully it's not a lie. I glance at the hand, then ignore it. Standing up myself, I accept help from a human the day the lorry falls. He doesn't move, hand still extended.
What is it?
You're supposed to take it.
Why?
Because. Well, I don't really have a reason, that's just what people do. I look at the extended hand, then grip it tightly in both of mine. It doesn't seem so appealing, but... James pulls his hand from between mine, then interlaces your fingers together. It's more like this, actually. I look at our hands. Teal, cream, the interlacing of our fingers is...
Pretty!
Pretty what?
Just pretty.
He doesn't seem like he understands, but he takes a step towards the door. Also, now that I realize it, I need Mel in my life. Because she can basically translate anything for technically. It's, given the voice I'm using, it's more of a he, I guess. Basically, it's a... But yeah, I need Melly in my life. Think about it. It translates you in the on the go. It's amazing. Okay, as he reaches for the hand locket, he speaks, not facing me. You know, I've always wondered something.
Speak!
He glances at me over his shoulder. Why don't you have bodyguards? Isn't it weird that you just walk around without any kind of security detail?
Of course not! All Mayas are equipped to protect themselves, royalty even more so.
Maybe your everyday powers thinking Diane can, but what about you? As a neutral, how is your dad finding you traipsing the universe without any backup? What if something happened to you? I blink at him.
If something happened to me, Daddy would intervene.
Intervene?
Daddy can...
Oh wait, I remember, he's got that reality warping ability, right? You mentioned it once. His voice is thoughtful. It's crazy. Couldn't he just reality warp us all into submission? Make us lose key battles or something? I look at him blankly.
It's dishonorable to use it to warfare. Such a thing takes no strength and tools is completely useless. Everyone knows that.
I tilt my head curiously.
Why are you asking about all of this?
He comes and hoes, not responding I straighten.
Wait, are you concerned for my safety?
He's... Wait, am I correct? Something like that. He turns around and gives me a warm smile. Don't worry about it. I just want to make sure the next time I get you alone, there isn't going to be some band of bodyguards ready to rip me limb from lip. I look at him puzzled.
Even I could do a simple dismemberment. If I wanted to. Why?
Figure of speech, figure of speech. He lets out an awkward laugh. Sometimes forget. Never mind, let's just go. I sit on a bench, waiting in the darkness for the yellow star to rise. James has already left hours ago, the glow of our night leaving me with deep satisfaction. And deeper regrets. I can't sleep. The other days are much too short for me to feel comfortable enough to rest again, and I don't want to go back to the ship. It's all been hustle and bustle as the units prepare for departure. I bridge my fingers, thinking that I'm sleepy. The first ship of arbitrators has already arrived. Dad has been busy every day, meeting with them to draft the first of many peace treaties that the humans will accept.
It's so close! Mel.
Awaiting commands, princess!
And I changed the voice again, didn't I?
How many days until you're due to our departure in a local time?
16 cycles of the Earth, son, princess.
16 more days. 16 more days until I'm back in Venury.
Affirmative.
A flare of anger hissing up my spine. I pull Mel off my wrist and wind my arm back, preparing to throw it with all of my might. But somehow I can't. The one I'm really angry at is myself. I lower my arm reluctantly.
I have to tell him, don't I?
The muffled sound of Mel's voice vibrates against the palm of my hand.
Affirmative, princess. Dick is the recommended course of action.
I squeeze my eyes shut as a wave of heat shudders across my skin.
I can't think about it. I'll overheat.
Fiddling with the calm bracelet on my wrist, I let out a sigh.
Take me home, Mel.
My ears pick up on the normal ringing, the sound that tells me that, in moments, I'll be back in the barracks.
Princess?
The noise stops abruptly.
Receiving incoming transmission. Accept.
Who is it?
It is the Emperor.
I see that.
Patch him through.
Oh yeah, where are you?
I'm on Irving Quadrant.
You're a Q, aren't you?
Well, there were just a few more things I want to see before I go. There is this beautiful sunrise and...
Excuses. It is a beautiful planet, so appreciating our surface is understandable. But every night?
And those clothes, what are you wearing? Where is the headdress I had synthesized for you? I felt silent, dread coming over me.
We won't have much time here left, so I just thought...
I trailed off under my father's stern glare.
You already know about him?
Yes, I know. What were you thinking? Claiming a human? This entire endeavor was reckless. I know you're smarter than this, but I made the mistake of thinking you were wiser as well. He lets out a breath. This is what you will do. You relinquish your claim on the boy. I don't care what you've been telling him. From this day on, he's not your claim, or whatever silly fantasy you've been filling his head with.
But Daddy!
You will return to this ship, and you will be on the first transport back to Venury in 3 sun cycles. No more, no less. If there's anything you want from Earth, then you'd better prepare it. And that boy is not up for discussion. He says 3 sun cycles. Am I understood? Demand more time. Inform him I'm staying.
Daddy waits for my reply.
This one.
Daddy, please, just hear me out. You know I want to stay, don't you?
I have observed your foolhardy reasonings, yes. I went, he must have seen everything from the beginning then.
Please, I'll tell him, I just need more time. I'm only asking for 1 more week. That's only 4 more days.
He's silent for a long time. Listen to you. A week? You sound just like them, knowing their time measurements and all. He lets out a sigh. You have always been a good child, so eager to learn and ever ready for battle. Perhaps these experiences will help you to become a better leader. I have never held an interest in the other creatures as you do, so I will allow you this time. 1 week, as you call it. But, besides, I cannot see into the future, and I know your determination well. He falls silent.
Daddy!
Child, I am worried for you. I try not to feel indignant. He would never say this if I wasn't. Wasn't like the human neutrals. If I were a fully powered Nyan, he'd believe in me, I'm sure of it. My voice comes out slightly colder than I meant for it.
I can take care of myself.
He doesn't seem bothered.
I know. Just remember, Noya. The war has not yet ended. Not ended yet. The call ends abruptly with that cryptic statement, leaving me cold. It isn't until I look up that I realize that I missed the sunrise completely.
And I'm tired. Well, just take me home.
Yes, princess! It's been 5 days and I haven't been back to Earth. Daddy only gave me a week, so I had no choice but to spend the last few days packing and collecting samples to take back to Venery with me. I look down the swirling planet out my observatory deck. I'm running out of time. Even I know that a week means nothing more than nothing less. If I defy him, I risk James being erased completely. And now there's only 2 days left. I should go.
Mel, take me down.
Yes, princess! Mel changes her voice on a daily basis, okay?
Call James for me, Mel. Warning, warning, it is 2 hours and 57 minutes past midnight. Humans are generally sleeping during this time. Do you still want to make this call?
No, they are not. It's 7 minutes to 3 AM. You are free to call me. Actually, it's not that far away. 2 hours and 57 minutes past midnight. So 2 hours and 53 minutes past midnight. So in 4 minutes I might be expecting a phone call.
Yeah, even if he hates me, we need to talk.
It rings for a few seconds and then... Noya? He says my name the moment he answers the phone. So strangely, it doesn't sound like he was asleep at all.
James, I'm sorry to bother you, but we need to talk.
He's silent for a moment. Where are you?
Clark Park?
Are you... He pauses and in the background. I hear the distinct sound of a zipper going up. Are you alright? Safe? It's not another one of those anti-alien screamers, is it?
No, nothing like that.
Good, I'm still coming, but I just wanted to check. Sit tight.
I'll send you my location.
The phone clicks as he hangs up, leaving me waiting on the bench, wondering if he will really come. Noya? James approaches the bench, his eyes watery with exhaustion. There you are. What did you... He yawns. Thanks. And so do I. What did I miss? Perfect timing. I sit up stiffly on the bench. I want to look at him, but I worry that I will lose my resolve if our eyes meet.
I have something to tell you. You should sit.
James stares at me for a long time, then slowly lowers himself into the seat beside me.
First, I would like to confess something to you.
He smirks, keeping his voice light. I think you've done that many times, otherwise we wouldn't be where we are now. I smiled back.
Yeah, I was definitely a side back then.
My personal favorite is when you made all the shop's TVs come on with that video on repeat. I couldn't turn it off.
Jim Junk is the name of our social bodies. I demand you bow your heart to me.
That's the one. I had to convince everyone it was a prank. He barks out aloud. I'm lucky no one reported it to the World Protection Program. We both chuckled at the memory, but I end up sighing, turning toward him.
Well, I have one more confession to add to the pile.
I'm listening.
In roughly 2 weeks, the Nias will be withdrawing from airspace. The war will come to an end.
Eventually, the expression on James' face changes. What? He tries again, shocked, speechless the first time. I understand.
You humans, humans often think in black and white and sometimes I think of grey, but you have no concept of morality. You think of us as
Okay, that's scary. That's scary because I got a text message right now. And it's that hour.
We think of us as soulless conquerors, but we want only to conquer the lone weak universe.
But why? What is it all for?
There are bigger threats in the universe than the Nyan Empire.
Okay. Yeah, don't send me pictures at 3 AM. Anyway.
Even we do not know the full scope of what lies in the endless inky darkness. We tend to prepare the vast planetary swiftness among the stars by engaging them in battle, but your people are already strong. And he says that with the kind of strength you naturals possess, there is no take this planet under our oversight.
James looks at me blankly. You mean the war is really going to be over? I flash him a cheeky smile, trying to hide my pain.
It will, with humans as the victor! As such, I too will be departing from Earth space and returning to Venery, my home planet. This means something will be changing for you as well.
You don't even know how much I want to click that. But given the fact that I did not close that freaking cheatsy note from before, I have to go with the correct answer, which is painful. Our union must be dissolved. James looks at me expectantly, but I can barely get the words out.
Our union must be.
As I search for the words, James stares at me. He doesn't say anything, but slowly his face starts turning pink. This kind of sudden, I don't think I'm ready to...
Dissolved.
Wait, what?
I'm relinquishing my claim on you. I will return to Venery alone.
James stares at me, his mouth opening and closing with ghost words, but nothing to say. He wasn't awake before, he's now. How long do we have? How much time?
3 days.
Resting my hands on my fists, I move to stand.
This is all. I know I have interrupted your rest cycle, so...
James grabs my arm. Don't run away. His urgent reaction sends a shiver up my back. I jerk my arm as a heat wave that feels suspiciously like distress shivers up my back, but he doesn't let go. He takes everything I have, but I force myself to gently uncurl his fingers from off of my arm. You can't just drop a bomb like this and leave. We need to talk.
You don't have to do this anymore, James. You don't have to pretend to be loyal to me anymore.
What? I'm not pretending. I really think...
Stop! Princess, your anger levels will alert the humans of your presence. It is recommended that you lay yourself immediately. This is your second warning.
My skin feels warmer, but I ignore her.
It is already unusual for a Nyan to let go of one they've claimed, but I am uncertain I can continue to pretend that our dating's more than I would like it to be. I know that you tolerate me at best, and I appreciate your efforts. Truly, I do. While it lasted, you made my time on Earth fantastic.
I can feel myself starting to choke up, the distress making my face hotter. Little by little, I'm turning to the inferno. Is that what you thought all this was? Or just some kind of exercise in loyalty?
It wasn't me, but I knew that when you agreed to all of this, it was because you were afraid of what I could do to you. I did my best not to be threatening toward you, but I'm not human like you are. I don't understand your people. I don't get the way humans think, but I want them to understand you. At least a little bit. I did, too.
James reaches out to touch me again, then recoils in pain as my skin burns him. Oh.
Princess, your anger levels will alert the humans of your presence. It is recommended that you alert yourself immediately. This is your final warning.
Elate myself? How can I elate myself? I don't want to let go of James. I don't want to leave this planet. I squeeze my eyes tightly. Unsure of what to do, James reaches out, but I stumble away from his touch. I'll burn him. I have to get away from here. James' voice is panicked. Kitten, you have to calm down. The sirens will... I can't control it. I hear James' communicator buzz with a message.
Alert! This is a Kitten emergency broadcast. All citizens leave the park zone. This is not a drill.
Kitten. I pry open my eyes, but it's too late. The footsteps of the natural soldiers tells me they are already here. I reach for my belt, but realize too late that I'm not wearing one. I haven't worn one since James asked me to. I fall into a crouch, Mel sliding off my wrist and tumbling to the ground.
Step away from the Nyan, sir.
I can hear James' voice pleading distantly, and the soldiers talking over him. Then I hear the sound of the naturals start to back away.
She's going to pulse. Retreat. Translocators move. Get us to safety.
The retreat siren sounds. I force myself to gap, my eye burning with the heat I can't control.
James, get away from me. It's not safe for humans.
James ignores me, and crouching beside me, he picks up my comm bracelet. How does this thing work? Hi Mel, this is James. It's an emergency and no eyes. Look, please just help her, do something. Please. Darkness.
James!
I stop and eventually rarely avoid hitting my head on my pod roof as it opens automatically.
Thanks, Mel.
I look wildly around the room, almost risking overheating myself again, but James is there, asleep on the floor beside the pod.
Eh?
I forgot, he came out in the middle of the night, so of course he's tired. That's right, he came out to meet me, and then...
Well, how did I get here?
James Hunk, I granted him emergency authorized use to transport you aboard the ship.
Well, that explains me, but what about him?
He was insistent on coming along for the ride
and would not let go of you. I had no choice but to transport you both. He held on to me, even though I was burning.
Affirmative, Princess.
I flinch.
Does Daddy know?
I have not alerted him. But that doesn't mean he doesn't know. I look at him wordlessly. Yes, man.
Have I misjudged him, Mel?
I do not know, Princess.
I stare at him at his sleeping form, not sure what to think.
Mel, is it possible? Do I have his love? Could it be possible that he's actually fallen in love with me?
I do not know, Princess.
I want it to be true. I think that more than loyalty, a human's love.
I try love. Not a human's love, James' love.
James' love would be nice.
I lay back down in my pod and shut the roof. Pressing my hand against the cushion side, I can see his silhouette lying on the floor. This isn't alright. I climb out and crouch beside him, carefully lifting James. I cradle his delicate human frame in my arms, then lower him into my pod. I kneel beside him and lean my head against the edge of the pod, watching him breathe.
Thank you, James.
I whisper the words by his ears, but he barely stirs. Mel sends me a warning.
Human sleep cycles are recommended 7-9 hours for the average adult male. It has only been 6 hours since he has resumed sleep. Please wait a minute of allotted time of 1 hour before waking him.
Stroking his hair gently, I comply, waiting for him to wake up. Oh, how I wish I slept 7 to 9 hours. I can't believe I only have 2 days left on this planet. The painful thought pierces me in the chest, but my skin feels cool. On the ship, I'm safe from overheating. Reaching out, I twirl the strands of his bangs around my fingers. I wish you weren't a human. Funny how I wanted his loyalty, and he ended up with mine. I watch him breathe slowly. Carefully, I pull my hand away, trying not to stir him. The time passes by, agonizingly so. I want to ask Mel if it's okay to wake him up, but... I reach out again, and in that moment James wakes up. He blinks at me, then stares at my hand. I pull away quickly.
James!
No, yeah. When he stares at me, it's like my whole body is burning, but it's a very different kind of heat. Yeah, I stand abruptly.
Well, we need to get back to work. I'm sure Megan's worried about you.
James sits up, rubbing his eyes. Yeah, we should. I help him out of the pot, then step forward to embrace him in the usual way, this time for. Is it possible?
Before we go,
I wrap my arms around him and lean my head against his chest.
thank you for saving me. I'm sorry for overreacting.
James relaxes in my arms, maybe for the first time, then abruptly he stiffens, maybe out of shock, maybe out of surprise, maybe out of revulsion. I can't understand him, maybe that's okay. No, yeah. I have something to tell you. He pushes back, gently on my shoulders, taking a step back. I want to tell you why I agreed to be claimed. He takes a deep breath, his eyebrows scrunch together. We talked about a lot of things that night we went stargazing, so I don't know if you remember what I told you about my parents, but when we initially dated, I thought that maybe there was a chance that your dad could bring them back. I didn't mean to, but I take a step back. Then another. The thought doesn't seem to fully compute.
You agreed because of Daddy?
A wave of things come over me. Hurt, disgust, some of them I can't even name, and then strangely, they all melt to one and send to resignation. I take a seat.
So there was nothing about me that you found appealing. I trail off because not, but I don't want to hear him say whatever he's thinking about me anyway. I feign being aloof. Well, I guess it's best to find out now, rather than go home thinking that you might actually miss me.
But no, yeah, listen. I stand, clapping my hand over his mouth.
It's okay, really. I always suspected there was a reason. I just wrongly thought it was curiosity or maybe because you feared me. But all in all, I think it doesn't matter what the real reason turned out to be. The outcome is still the same for us. Tell you what, I'll ask God if you can bring your parents back as a parting gift. I think that, for all my human experiences, I had a lot of fun with you.
I pull my hands away from his mouth and try my best not to look him in the eyes as I shuffle through the pot's blanketing to find my visor. I could just as easily tell Mel to take us down remotely, but these minutes tricking away are few. I just need a few more moments with him. Really?
Yeah.
But James puts his hand on my shoulder to stop me. What will happen to us?
Excuse me?
In the alternate universe or whatever, if my parents are back, then that means everything will change, doesn't it? What will happen to me and you? He gestures between us. To this.
Nothing. There won't be an us. Every universe has its own strange combination of events that lead to something specific happening, like us being together in this one. Unless I specifically ask you for that, I'll sense the shift automatically pretty much because I'm Daddy's blood. You, on the other hand, would remember me and my extension. Anything about us at all.
Oh.
When Daddy shifts, there are no guarantees. Not that you will know me at all.
Or that you will love me. Kitten.
Sorry, it's nothing. I was upset about it before, but even I know when to admit defeat. This plan is strong in more than one way, and I want you to succeed.
James stares me in disbelief. So you're not angry? I shrug. You don't want to beat me up, or?
Why would I do that? If you were still my client, maybe I could be obliged to express that anger, but that is not the denial way. You are no longer tied to me, so I am not entitled to act or any anger I feel from actions you took during our dating period, as you would call it. Besides, you told me the truth even though I could crash into the ceiling. Like I said, strong. Are you ready to go back yet?
James seems frozen in disbelief. He grabs my shoulders, his eyes distraught. Kitten. The Nyan way feels wrong.
What do you mean?
I know. I just know that this isn't right.
Fine. What is the human way? What do you want me to do to you?
Anything you want. You can punch me, slap me, whatever. I blink at him. What a foolish suggestion. I don't think he'd survive either way. He shuts his eyes and takes a step back. Do whatever you like to me. I deserve it. I look at him standing there with his eyes shut, jaw set, fist clenched, and a rush of something I can't quite name touches me. Affection? Affection? Whatever I'd like, huh? I take a step forward. Then another.
and I press my mouth directly against his neck. He stays shocked still, until he feels the nip of my teeth, grazing his skin lightly. Then reluctantly he jerks away in shock, his eyes shooting open as he stumbles away from me.
Sorry, I know that's not appropriate to do with someone you haven't claimed, but you did say everything. I just wanted one last kiss to remember you by the Nyan way.
So that's how Nyans are kissing.
Come on, let's go back to Earth.
I support him, but James steps back.
James, stop this! May is waiting for...
Who said I wasn't claimed?
What do you mean? I just...
And what about you then? Who said you weren't claimed? I opened my mouth, then closed it, biting my lip.
I thought it was clear that I'm going back to Venor. You cannot claim me.
Why not? I stared at him. Why can't I claim you? I grit my teeth. Humans are so stubborn. Yeah, we are.
James!
You're too bossy, you know. You make decisions about us without even asking me what I think. You do this the Nyan way, I do that the Nyan way. Why don't we try the human way for once? I stared at him wide-eyed.
The human way?
Yes, meaning. He hangs his arms around my neck. His expression is strangely confident. We decide things together. We can even do it democratically, like I make a suggestion and you vote.
Okay.
He pauses. Just one thing first of all. I have to say I'm sorry. I didn't think you would be happy with me if I told you the reason I started this whole mess.
Except I started this whole mess. Even Daddy said it was unwise for me to claim of a human and...
Even if you started it, no, yeah, I didn't have to accept.
Would Demi from back then have let you say no?
Touché. Even so, no, yeah, I don't think I'm with you for the same reason I started out. It makes me sound terrible, but I started looking forward to you coming by the shop every day. Even after Brew broke that window display. It was always crazy, and some of those gifts were wild, but thanks anyway. I don't know what he's getting at.
You're welcome. If the memories aren't painful, then you can keep them to remember me by.
No.
Excuse me?
Not to remember you by. To remember you before I see you for the day I don't want you to leave. So here's my human suggestion number 1. You stay. And you take responsibility for the mess you've made. Going after a human with all you've got and then suddenly ditching? Yay or nay? He insists on my answer, but I protest.
But Daddy...
We'll figure out what to do about your dad later. Just say yay or nay. Do you want to stay or not? He stares into my eyes, a placid look on his face. Wrapping my arms around him, I squeeze him tightly against my body. I don't want to let go.
I want to stay.
He lets out a relieved, shouldery breath and slides his arms from my shoulders to around me, his voice a low murmur. Good. I want you to stay too.
Now what?
Now we seal the deal. He takes my face in his hand, his eyes draining down to my lips before flicking to meet mine one last time. The human way.
Kitten being crude. Good ending. Going native.
Alright, so once again I feel not fulfilled. I feel hunger for the rest of the story. Like, seriously, it feels like you don't really finish the endings. And what happened next? They kissed, and what next? God damn it! Alright, hope you enjoyed. We are getting to the next truths tomorrow. Until then, bye bye.